because the universe is expanding. It turns out that there is no simple expression for the distance to the cosmic horizon, or even a distant galaxy. For that matter, a simple example will show the problem. Recall that when we see a galaxy, we see also it the way it was the time when its light left it. Perhaps billions of years ago. But when it emitted its light, the galaxy was closer to us than it's now because the universe was smaller. Furthermore, since the time when the light we now receive was emitted, the galaxies has moved yet farther from us. So, from us, carried by the expansion of the universe, thus which distance do we apply to the galaxies? Its distance when the light was emitted. Its distance when the light was received. Some other distance to avoid such confusion and other reasons. Astronomers also usually believe or usually see the light travel time from distance. So, when speaking of the distant to remote galaxies, the origin of the elements as we explore 2 times before the CMB radiation was produced, the universe must have been hotter and more dense. So, according to George Gamow, realized that an early enough times condition must have been similar to those in core of star. And so, hypothesis that helium formed in young universe is supported by more recent theories, as well as by the observations. So, according to also to the modern theory, the young universe consisted by protons, neutrons, and electrons, rather than just neutrons as Gamow believed. Nevertheless, his basic idea is correct. In its youth, the universe was hot and dense enough. The universe is hot and dense enough So, the universe was hot and dense enough for nuclear reaction to fuse some of the protons and neutrons into helium. Moreover, current calculations show that the amount of the helium and other light elements formed depends on how hot and dense the universe was and how long this condition lasted. The condition at this early time can be related to density. The condition of this time can be related to density of matter in the universe because the particles would not collided and fuse as often. This also would leave a higher amounts of some partial fusion products like deuterium. By about 10 minutes after the expansion began, the universe has cooled to about 1 billion K and spread apart so much that fusion stopped, leaving about 24% of matter transformed into. Moving on to the cosmic microwave background. Because of the universe is expanding, as we look farther, we are also seeing the universe when it's younger and more dense. Pursuing this idea, George Gamow, Russian astrophysicist who fled to the United States before the World War II, realized that it must also have been extremely hot. His argument was based on observation that compression heats a gas. And so the enormous compression of the early universe suggests that it too was hot and dense as the interior of the star when the universe was young. Gamow ideas were developed further by 2 of his collaborators, the American physicist Ralph Alpher and also Robert Hernan. So in 1948, they predicted that after the young universe has expanded for several 100,000 years, it would have cooled and expanded enough that the universe became transparent. Also, astronomers also often call this recombination era because the ionized atoms would have combined with their other electrons to make transparent neutral gas. From this time onwards, radiation was able to travel large distance and reach us today. Though in altered form, to understand how alteration occurred, we need to look the properties of the radiation in greater detail. So, in continuation with the inflationary universe, we will discuss that a physicist can study the behavior of matter an extremely high temperature by smashing together particles with the acceleration at nearly the speed of the light. The highest temperature reached in several trillion Kelvin. This recreates the what condition were like about microsecond after the universe birth. The universe must have been even hotter, denser, and more energetic at even earlier times. And physicists have attempted to explore what happened at this extraordinarily high temperature. In principles, physical laws can be applied back to the time as early as about 10:41 seconds after the Big Bang. Named for the German physicist who developed quantum theory. He recognized that at times smaller than this, the scale of quantum fluctuation became as large as the Schwarzschild radius of black hole. This would result random fluctuation in coordinate of the entire universe that physicists do not know how to model. The future expansion of the universe. So at the last topic, we have seen that the universe began with all matter flying away from all matters was enormous speed. In first few minutes of expansion, all the hydrogen in the universe was created along with the most of the helium. Then several 100,000 years, this hot gas expanded and cooled. Finally, cooling the point where it stopped glowing and the matter began clumping into galaxies and larger scale structures. Stars that form have been gradually consuming the hydrogen and from the Big Bang generating heavier elements that ultimately became planets, molecules, and even us. If the universe expand, however, forever its start will eventually consume all the hydrogen and burn out, leaving the universe black, empty space, and dismissal prospect. However, recollapse of the universe would mean that all objects and atoms and us, even us, within it will be compressed into what some astronomers have called the Big Bang Crunch. So the Big Bang Crunch might lead to a rebirth of the universe and perhaps leading to a new Big Bang, although it seems almost impossible that anything would survive being crushed to subatomic size. So that would be all. Thank you.